With almost everyone having a decent camera on their phone these days, photography is more accessible than ever. And if you want to pursue it even further, here are some tips to help you grow in your photography no matter what your skill level is. I think that this is an excellent lens. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and professionally I'm a software developer, but in my free time I love landscape photography and making related videos here on YouTube. Real quick, before we get into this video, I just wanted to make a little update for my regular viewers. As you can see behind me, I'm in the process of moving right now. And so over the next few weeks, I'm just going to be really busy with packing and unpacking and figuring out the sound in the new space, setting up a new studio area. And so with all of that going on, I am going to take a little bit of a pause from my regular videos. So I won't be putting anything out for a few weeks while I get everything set up in the new place. But just wanted to say, don't worry, my videos will be back in the future and hopefully will be a lot better in that new space. Today, I wanted to make a video for all of the beginners out there and give you some ideas for how you can get better at photography. What's really funny about this is that I still consider myself to be a beginner photographer, but I've been taking this hobby seriously for over a decade now, and so hopefully I've learned a thing or two over all of that time. The first thing that you should do as a beginner or even as an advanced photographer, doesn't sound very original, but it's just to take lots of photos. When I was starting out, I basically tried to take photos of everything. And the cool thing about being a beginner is everything you take a photo of is totally new. Even now though, I try to take a few photos every few days to really maintain that creativity and that feel for the camera. You don't always need to take a creative photo or even a particularly good photo, but just pick up the camera as often as you can and take a picture of something. In fact, try to take pictures of lots of different things, both to help you figure out what type of photography you like and to gain experience with taking different types of photos, because practicing really is how you get better at photography and become more creative. While you're doing that, I would also recommend that you learn right from the beginning to really put effort into a photo. When a lot of people start out, they only shoot photos of what presents itself to them. And while casual photos are a great way to get used to your camera and gain some experience, putting more effort into your shot will really propel your photography to the next level and help you advance much faster. For the landscape photography that I normally do, this means instead of taking photos on a midday hike with friends, I go by myself to a location very early in the morning or late at night when the light is best, and I spend a lot of time in one location putting together a composition and waiting on the light. This is what separates the photos of a good photographer from others, is that they wait for or they set up the light that they need for the photo, they position elements, think things through, and keep coming back until they get the photo that they wanted. The third thing to do is really learn how to use light in your photos. And while you can definitely learn the basics of light from classes online, the best way to get a good feel for it is to experiment for yourself. To do that, I'd recommend getting some little lights. They don't have to be expensive, but you can maybe get some LED ones that you can change the color of, and then just play around moving them to different areas around things, and just look through your camera and see what it looks like. And try taking photos at different times of the day. Even a small change in the angle or color of the light will totally change the whole appearance and the mood of a photo. So while you can take photos in any light, learning how to use the light by positioning it or choosing the time of day will allow you to take photos that intentionally look a certain way. The final thing for today is to analyze your photos after you take them and to follow photographers you like and analyze their work as well. Think about what you like about a photo and what you maybe don't like about it, not to be critical, but to try to recreate or avoid those things in the future. Consider things like the composition and exposure, the colors used in the photo, the angle of the light, and how that affects the image, and what story the photo is telling, and whether it does a good job of telling the desired story. This can help you to pick the best of your own photos or identify areas to improve, and it can also help you to come up with new ideas to try. If I see a photo that I really like online, I'll think about how I might be able to take a similar style or photo and often learn some new techniques in that process. Now, as you analyze your own photos, it is important to frame this correctly, because the point isn't to be hard on yourself. So instead of saying something like, I hate this photo because I overexposed it, try to have a mindset of, next time I want to try a bit less exposure. A critical mindset is going to make you hate your own photography, whereas a growth mindset gives you a reason to take more photos. I'm going to leave you with those 4 things for today, although I'm sure I could talk more about this in the future if you guys are interested. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out and to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more videos that I'm really excited to share with you in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.